Greetings and welcome to the Pransform podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Anastasio. Today is Friday, May 27th, 2022, and welcome to episode 61. Earlier this week, we published, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, episode 60, where I just kind of highlighted for you guys a really interesting individual I personally follow online, Alex Hormozi. If you're looking for, quickly digestible, very incisive sales and marketing tactics and techniques, you absolutely need to follow that guy. So wanted to kind of point you guys in that direction as well. If you're looking for kind of quick hit stuff that you can kind of brush up on or just sort of hone your sales processes or sales pitches or marketing tactics or whatnot, definitely worth looking out for that guy. So just wanted to sort of put a plug in for episode 60. Of course, another milestone, zero-based episode there. But yeah, today's episode is going to be, a little bit unique. I think maybe we did this approach once before, but it's going to be a little more of a roundup type thing. There's a couple news items I wanted to kind of point out to you guys that I received in my inbox this morning that I think are important for you to kind of contemplate if these platforms apply to your business. And just kind of highlight, when I do that, the importance of staying on top of social media, digital marketing type trends. And then just want to make a couple other administrative points and, elaborate on sort of an exciting development from the Pransform perspective that I want to point you guys towards. So, let's start with a couple of news items that I wanted to point out to you guys. So, if I haven't mentioned this before, guys, if you're looking for social media news and you're trying to stay on top of trends and you want to be informed and you want new ideas and you want to know what's happening next or yesterday in social media, since it changes so much, definitely recommend you subscribe to Social Media Today. You can go to their website, Social Media Today, and you can sign up for their newsletter, and their newsletter absolutely is chock full of important information. It just comes out on a daily basis about everything going on in the digital marketing world. So from today's newsletter, a couple things that jumped out at me that I want to point out to you guys. And it's kind of funny because we have an episode, I forget which one it was, but it was We Don't Talk About Snapchat. It was actually kind of a play on a very popular song in a very popular movie here. But that aside, we actually haven't talked much about Snapchat. Not to say it's not a good platform for you, not to say that it's, that it's something that you can't make use out of, but a very interesting story that popped up about Snapchat is the fact that they are now allowing for quote, shared stories, unquote, that should help fuel collaboration on the platform. So it says here they're sort of leaning into that trend of collaborative content where you can basically invite other Snapchatters to contribute to their story, basically the story you make, with their own take and insight and so forth. So it's a really interesting thing. Like, let's say you're in a business that you have a natural sort of I forget the term for it, but it's like a business. It's like a wheel or business wheel. I forget the term, but you got a picture like you're at the center and you have all these spokes coming off the wheel as far as referral partners that you might work with. So a good application for the Snapchat development is that, let's say you were like a mortgage broker, right? And you were trying to advertise and get your name out on Snapchat, and you knew like a certain number of, not loan origination officers, like real estate agents, attorneys, title company, people who had something to do with the housing industry, buying, selling homes, investing in homes, living in homes, whatever. And you have your wheel, you could create a story and you can invite them into that story to comment on or build upon what you have going on in your story. Now, by doing that, it literally brings together all of the connections applicable. So all of your connections, it's visible to, and now all of their connections, it's visible to. So you can sort of imagine how you get this very highly multiplicative effect if you bring in multiple, partners, if you will, whatever you want to call them, or collaborators for your Snapchat story. So this is a really, really interesting development that I want to share with you guys. If you're on that platform, or if maybe you're on the fence about going on that platform, I don't know if this would be enough to get you on that platform. Like I said, we don't really focus on a whole lot of Pransform, but it doesn't mean it's not usable or viable or important. And so this is just something I want you guys to be aware of as far as Snapchat goes. So it'll be really interesting to see if this brings over more creators, or if this, sort of instigates a greater degree of traction on Snapchat's platform. The other story I want to point out to you guys really quickly, which kind of dovetails because there's some competition aspects to these two platforms, Snapchat and TikTok. But this one, the headline was social media managers can now post to TikTok from their favorite social media management tools. So for example, if you're using a tool like, like Later or Sprout Social or Hootsuite, where you have scheduling ability across platforms, the big news here is, it's almost kind of amazing it took this long, but now TikTok is part of these platforms in terms of being able to, let's say, take a snack-sized video that you were going to put on Instagram Reels and also put it on TikTok and schedule it there. So that's just an enormous sort of leap forward in terms of making this platform that much more, accessible, relevant, within reach, whatever you want to call it. It's really a big deal that now you can, most professional social media managers would not live without these tools. So this is something that would be very prevalent. It would be something that would be highly applicable to them, and so forth. And now if you're doing this on your own, it may be even more important that you have one of these tools, because you need every bit of automation that you can get your hands on. So having a Sprout Social or Hootsuite to manage your omni-channel efforts would be a likelihood as well. And now you would be able to add TikTok to your ability to organize, schedule, and publish content. So we have many episodes, actually, sort of inverse of Snapchat, many episodes sort of focusing on various strategies and tactics with TikTok, from the very granular to the more macro sort of justification for it. Definitely encourage you guys to check those out, and just browse around if you're interested in TikTok. But this is definitely something that I think is, I don't want to say a game changer, but it's an important iteration forward for that platform. So just kind of want to get that out there for you guys. So at the high level, just underscoring as I read you a couple stories like that, how important it is if you guys are taking on your own digital marketing and social media marketing responsibilities, that you use some mechanism. If it's not social media today or whatever it is, that you use some mechanism to kind of stay on top of evolving trends. Because these type of updates I just read you, there's essentially in that newsletter on a daily basis. Sometimes they're really small, iterative type of things that happen. Sometimes they're really big announcements and huge sort of fluctuations in the landscape. But the bottom line is, if you're going to take this on your own, you've got to kind of approach it professionally. And this is what you have to be willing to do, is to stay on top of it. Now, obviously you're wearing 25 hats if you're a business owner, so it can be a little bit difficult to do that. That's obviously where a Pransform can come in and help you guys out. But if you do insist on doing it on your own, of course, we love being a resource to you. And that's where I would point you, is to get a newsletter like Social Media Today in your inbox every single day to stay on top of these trends. Want to wrap up in the last couple minutes here with a couple administrative things. First of all, something I've really never asked you guys to do before, amazingly, in the first 60 episodes, is if you guys have any specific questions that you want us to address here on the podcast, that you don't want to submit through as like a typed messaging interface, just drop it somewhere for us. If you want to hear us kind of elaborate on, or make it, let's say, an entire episode out of it, just drop it into, you can go on Facebook or LinkedIn and drop us a message there. You can contact us through the website, pransform.com, which I'll get back to that in a second. We'd definitely like to get more questions in from you guys. So obviously there's plenty to talk about in this area. I mean, we don't necessarily have to have questions from you guys to make content on this stuff, but it certainly helps to know that, from your perspective, that if there's an itch that you got to scratch, that you can get it scratched by us. So wanted to point that out to you guys very quickly and implore that kind of back and forth from you if appropriate. And the last thing I wanted to kind of announce to you guys, so saving maybe the best for last, is if you guys have a chance, please go over to pransform.com, pransform.com, and check out the new website that we have up. This is going to, I think, kind of blow you guys away. I mean, if you guys have been following us, it's going to be a big change from maybe what you're used to. It's an absolutely gorgeous website. I think, not being biased or anything, but I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. It's very clean. It's laid out very accessibly, and I think you'll see, right from the top in that top menu bar, you can head one of two directions with what Pransform does. Go over to the accounting and tax side, which of course is another whole arm of our business, or you can go into that digital transformation side of the website, and you can see what we have going on there in terms of what we offer our clients: digital strategy, digital marketing, web and app development, content creation, the various platforms that we work with. And then right up front, right smack dab in the middle, you'll see options to schedule a free consultation call or a free digital audit. So, you don't necessarily have to get on the phone with us and go back and forth. You can actually just say, hey, I want somebody to sort of diagnose my digital situation. Here's what I've got. What do you think? And you can go from there. And I think I have mentioned that in a couple of other episodes before, but I think now seeing it on this website and the way we've done this website is super exciting, because it's just going to be easier for you guys to kind of tap into the many ways that we can help you guys. So all that being said, guys, here in the United States, we have a big holiday weekend coming up this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, that runs through Monday, May 30th. We will be back next week, episodes 62 and 63, probably publishing Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday time frame. So looking forward to that. But yeah, if you're over here, you're celebrating, happy Memorial Day. Really more of a day of somber reflection than anything else. But sort of unofficial beginning of the summertime here. So anyway, guys, we super appreciate you guys' support. Definitely flattered if you guys go check out the website and make use of any of the tools or options there. So thank you in advance for that. In the meantime, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off, head into the weekend. Thanks again for following us online. You can go over to Facebook, Pransform, LinkedIn, Pransform, Pransform.com. And then, of course, you got the podcast right here to subscribe to and to share with your friends and family. But yeah, thanks again, guys. We're going to wrap up episode 61 here. And like I said, we'll be back next week. So have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.